check it out.
Dig your own grave and go by a tomb. She eat up the dick and she don't use a spoon. Hop in the foreign and then it go zoom. She too attached, think I need me some room. Talk like my bro, put be out at noon. They dump me until I broke out my cocoon. If I catch him lacking, your homie is doomed. We clean this block, 30 shots out the broom. Half piss pop out like it's toast. Hit that bitch once and I gotta go ghost. She see I got power, now she do the most. Internet gangsters get mad, make a post. Bet you I win, but my back is the road. Rockin' off white so she think I'm the Pope. I jumped in the water, I knew I would.
All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. John Eads with you here on the Georgia Tech Rebuild Dynasty. Got some recruiting to do today. Hopefully we could finally get a commitment. We still have no commits in this class so far, and we're going to be heading into week 4 here, which doesn't sound bad, but usually we've got about 5 or 6 guys already locked up about this time, so some work to do. It's been about 2 weeks or so since I posted the last game. Apologies for that. Gonna find that consistency again, I promise, but be sure to like and subscribe and go watch this game against Florida. 28-21 win in the rain, in the swamp. Wasn't really it was a tough game to watch, I guess, from your perspective. The offense was pretty good. Our defense was great. Just one of those games, you know, where it's not like a shootout. It's not a defensive struggle. It's kind of just something in between there. But a good win. We're now 3-0, still number 1 in the country. Florida drops to 0-3, and one game at a time, we just continue to move on, rip them, and win them. So let's go ahead and get into recruiting. We'll see if we can, again, finally get someone on the board, and we'll continue to shape up our recruiting board. So off we go. All right, so here's how we're looking on some of these top prospects. Pope we're in the lead for at kicker. Looks like we're in pretty decent shape, both of those places. In the lead still for Nick Baker, the big D tackle. Lee Neal, 5-star DN, same story. Pat Grant we're in first for. Brian Miller. So we're looking really good on a lot of these top-tier elite recruits. Jesse Douglas pretty much seemed like the runaway favorite in that recruitment there. So yeah, I mean, like I've said, going through the list here, getting a lot of interest and good interest from a lot of guys. Sean Leonard, another guy that we're running away with, and number 1 D tackle in the class. Things you love to see right there. We do have 50 points to spend too, so let's kind of just go through and see with these guys that we all got points on how we're looking. Not great there on Ken Walker, nor for Adam Gunn. Not the biggest deal in the world. Okay, so for the most part, we're looking pretty decent. I don't think there's anything that we can do to get commitments probably next week, but I'd imagine, yeah, guys are going to be ready for visits here, so let's go ahead and schedule those. Brian Miller seems like a guy that's going to come in, like what he sees, and commits, so let's bring him in for Tennessee there, a little ranked matchup. Jesse Douglas, I believe we're in the lead for him. I'll go double check that, but he's going to come in for Tennessee as well. Little complimentary visit there. Yep, yeah, so Douglas, as I just said, leading by over 2,000 points. So I'd imagine that we will get both of those commitments very soon, and great commitments. Definitely seem like cornerstone, future big pieces of our defense there. So good to get them locked up. So we do have those 50 points. Nobody I really want to spend them on down here yet necessarily. We could try to get Eric Archer here locked in and committed, but he's probably a guy that we can just kind of take care of later on down the road. So I guess wherever we need those 50 points the most, we'll put them. All right, so just kind of going through and looking at this, I don't want to just go through the motions here. If we're going to get Miller here, I assume, the way it's looking right now, we could probably start to chill out on Ostrander here because he likes Navy a lot. And if we get 1 free safety, we obviously don't need 2. And I don't really know, he could probably play strong safety. So I guess now that I've said that, maybe I will leave the points on him. How's our other strong safety recruit looking? Pretty good. I mean, we're not doing well in the recruitment, but he's a pretty solid player. So maybe we could spread these 200 points somewhere else and see if we can get some help instead of points just sitting on guys for no reason and they're not really doing anything. With that in mind, I'm going to sprinkle 50 on Pope and put some on the punter as well. Add some points here to DJ Hall. We'll bump Ken Walker up to 50. I don't think it's going to make any kind of a difference, but we'll do it. Man, I really like this running back, low-key. Greg Howard, 6'0", 194 from Kentucky. 93-83, would like a little bit better of a acceleration number there, but 93 speed is 93 speed. He's pretty decent from an elusive and juking standpoint too. I think he's pretty solid. So that's the kind of guy I might put some points on and offer right now, because Ken Walker, we're not looking great, and he's a pretty solid player. I mean, he's a gem. He's a little slow, but he's good. But we're probably not going to get him. So if we're looking for a running back, which we are, we'll have to go elsewhere. All right, let's give this a whirl. We're going to throw him an offer. We're in the lead. Maybe we can get this commitment. Man, I don't know why, but we haven't been able to get a single instant commit this entire season yet. We usually get a couple, and sometimes you get a feeling like, all right, I know this guy's going to commit. It has not happened for us. I don't understand why. That's annoying. Nothing we can do about it, though, and we've scheduled the visits, and that's kind of how our board's looking, so I guess we'll advance to next week, and we'll see what happens. All right, we advanced a week. We got 5 more guys ready to visit. I don't think they can come in this week because we're on the road at Ole Miss, but Tennessee looks like they're all going to pop in, so we'll go ahead and schedule all these. Should be a lot of complimentary points and bonuses. Cool, so everybody's scheduled. Got a bunch of bonus points coming our way, and that Tennessee game is going to be huge, not just because they're ranked. Of course, we want to win, and they've beaten us in the past. But it's a big visit weekend, so that's our opportunity to kind of get our class foundation laid and built. All right, today's Drip of the Day candidate is Kenneth Silva, a guy that you didn't even know before this season because he played left outside linebacker, which is not a part of our defense at all, considering we run a 4-2-5. So we reuse the Mike and the right. Barely ever him. So we moved him from linebacker to defensive end, and he became a 90 overall player. And he's actually been really good. I think he had 2 sacks last game. So he's been a beast for us in the pass rush, and we needed a new guy at defensive line after we lost guys from last year's team. So he stepped in and done really well. So he's looking good already, but we're going to fine-tune and tinker with his style and get him looking right. All right, bit of a weird change of events here with the Heisman watch. So our quarterback, Mike Butler, was in this top 5 last week, but he's now out, which doesn't surprise me. He didn't play too well against Florida. But considering the conditions, can't put too much blame on him. But he's out. David Cooper's in, our starting running back, who took 25 carries for 120 yards and a touchdown in the win against Florida. So that's interesting. He's really gotten off to a great start this season in his sophomore year. He's already tripled his yardage, has more touchdowns, 3 times the amount of yards after first contact. His longest run is 63 yards, way more than 10 last year. So, he's been a beast. He was a 5-star recruit, and he's playing like a 5-star right now. I wasn't sure how good he would look because he's not the fastest guy in the world. You look at his numbers here. He's 88, 89 speed excel. But he's played fast, and he's made plays consistently. So I've been really happy with David Cooper, and he certainly deserves to be in the top 5. All right, that'll do it for the recruiting episode. Glad y'all took the time to watch. Be sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you taking the time to watch, as always. And we'll be back with the next game on the road to the Grove at Ole Miss. That's actually where we started our first SEC game since joining the conference a couple seasons ago. You can check that out on our playlist if you so choose. And we'll get back to more consistent posting here. It's been difficult with how much has been going on at work this time of year with March Madness and the draft and all those kinds of things, baseball down here. But we're getting a little bit more available now, so I will use that free time up here doing this stuff and pumping these episodes out. So thanks again for watching. Check on back for the next episode. Hit the bell for the post notifications. That way you never miss an episode. And be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. Go Jackets.